Quick Measure on screen will help you to do your takeoffs from a CD, a PDF file, or any digital blueprint that you have downloaded from an online plans room or it's been sent to you by email. You do your takeoffs directly on screen simply by using the mouse on your computer to click around the blueprint image displayed on your screen to do your takeoffs for square footage, linear footage, and item counts. Quick Measure on screen will help you take off any blueprint image in any digital file format, a PDF, a TIFF, bitmap, in whatever format the original blueprint was scanned. There is no Digitizer equipment involved and no paper blueprints. You're simply using the mouse on your PC to click around the blueprint image on the screen to do your takeoffs for square footage, linear footage, and item counts. Quick Measure on screen will work fine in Windows XP, Windows Vista, or Windows 7 and does not require any special computer hardware, although we do recommend a larger monitor from 24 to 27 inches. Quick Measure on screen will work fine for all building trades except for earthwork. If you have an interest in earthwork cut and fill takeoff on screen, please call us at 1-800-731-3038. What you're looking at here is a sample Excel spreadsheet. It is a simplified version, but it's meant to represent how you would use Quick Measure on screen along with your own Excel spreadsheets that you've already set up for yourself. Quick Measure on screen will work with all versions of Excel. This happens to be Excel 2007, but it works fine with the older versions, Office 2000 or 2003. We strongly recommend that you use the Quick Measure product along with your own Excel spreadsheets. It will work by itself or it'll work with other Windows programs, but we strongly recommend the best way to use Quick Measure on screen is right along with your own Excel spreadsheets that you've already got set up for yourself. So when you open up your Excel, you'll notice an add-in menu comes up here, and the Quick Measure menu here and the Quick Measure takeoff buttons come up here right inside your Excel. So these takeoff buttons here, this button here is for measuring items by the linear foot, which is good for curb and gutter or walls, perimeters, that sort of thing. This takeoff button here is for measuring square footage measurements like floors and ceilings. Also measures an elevation view as well for square footages. This takeoff button here is for measuring linear footages in sections or segments, which is good for, let's say, interior takeoffs, anything where you're measuring by the linear foot, in sections or segments where the linear wall measurements are all cut up. To the right here is the takeoff button for doing counts off of a PDF file. That would be if you need to count doors, windows, columns, outlets, that sort of thing. And to the right over here is the lookup icon here. That's for every time we would make a measurement, we can go back and take a look at the original takeoff that we did off of whatever PDF sheet it was. So everything is tied back, the quantities are tied back to that cell of our original spreadsheet here. So for each and every takeoff item that we've done, it's recorded in our Excel sheet here, and it's also recorded visually on each and every PDF sheet where you did the original takeoff. Now to do our takeoff, we will typically be working in the quantity column of whatever Excel spreadsheet we're in. Now we can do one item at a time, or we can highlight a series of items to do a takeoff. So we'll start here with maybe some square footages, and we'll go out here and we will look at our CD here, and we can go, this is where you would go out to your CD or maybe some Windows folders where you've downloaded a bunch of PDF files and the various bid folders here. And we can just open up a folder here and we have a variety of PDFs that we've downloaded here. So we can work on any number of PDFs at the same time if we want. We can just kind of select as many as we need to. We could have 15 or 20 different sheets if we needed to work on all those. That way it makes it really easy to flip around various sheets in case you need to look at some details or some specs. So we'll select the sheets we want to work on. Then we'll start with a couple square footage takeoff measurements here. So we'll hit the square footage takeoff button there at the top. And what that'll do is that'll bring up those PDF files that we just selected from the Windows folder here. You notice they show up down the bottom here in a tab format. So you can also rename any of these tabs here, because one of the problems with these CDs they send you is they may or may not label each sheet with a good description, so you can actually go down here and rename any of these sheets you want. It makes it a little bit easier to flip around drawings. Now what you're looking at right here is a full sheet that's been scanned in vertically, so we'll use the rotate image button up here, and what that'll do is that'll swing that sheet around so we can look at it head on here. So now we have the full sheet, the original blueprint. Now this is the digital image of that particular blueprint. Now to work on doing our takeoff here, we have some screen handling features which make it really easy for you to get a really good look at each and every sheet you're looking at. So you use the scroll wheel on your mouse to zoom in here. You can see how that moves you in very quickly and also moves you back out very quickly. As well as if you hold down the right button here on your mouse, that brings up a little utility here, a little grab utility there. You can see how you way to quickly maneuver around the drawing here. In the lower left-hand corner, you also have a full sheet view. So anytime you need to click around, you just click to the lower right, brings up that view, or the upper right clicks that. If you want to click in the center, it brings that back up. So using your scroll wheel, and you're using your grab utility, and you also have the full sheet view down here in the lower left. Now, any of you estimators that have worked with digitizers in the past know that you have to apply a scale to any particular sheet that you're working on, just like you do with a digitizer. Only in the digital world, how this is done is we'll find a known dimension line somewhere on the drawing, or take the graphic scale. If there's no dimensions anywhere on the drawing, we can always use a 3/0 doorway or a 6/0 doorway or a column line. But you do have to put a scale originally to do the takeoff here. So we'll find ourselves a scale line. We'll click on the scale button here in the upper left-hand corner. So what we'll do is simply mouse click on one end of that known dimension line, swing across to the other end of that line. Then we'll hit the OK Done button here. We'll type in that distance represents 32 feet and 6 inches. So we put that in just like it indicates there on the drawing. So that'll now apply a scale to this particular drawing. So it doesn't matter if you zoom in or zoom out, it's still going to be kept at what the original scale was. As a matter of fact, if you look down the bottom of the screen here, you see it actually is at 8 scale right here. It says 1 inch to 8 feet right there. So this is 8 scale. So in order to do our takeoff here, you see these items came over from our spreadsheet. These are the items that were over in the description column here, so they brought over automatically. Of course, if you had your own spreadsheet, the box here would be full of all the items you were taking off. Now, when we get ready to do a takeoff, we can select for different colors, just like we would use a highlighter, let's say, on a set of paper drawings. So we'll select, let's say, for a red color here to do these floor areas. And to do these, all you really do when you want to measure floor area or ceiling square footage, you really just take your mouse and you click around the perimeter of whatever area it is that you want to measure. Now, it doesn't matter what shape it is. You kind of pan around the drawing here. If I want to go over here and do measurement, let's say, I'll just use my grab button there, and you're really just clicking with your mouse going around the perimeter of any area that you want to measure. Now, if you need to do multiple areas, you can do that. Now, you can even do radial or circular shaped areas as well by either tracing around the area that you want to measure, or you can just kind of mouse click around, whatever's really more convenient for you. But you can see that allows us to do an unusual shaped area like that as well. Now, once we do that item and we hit the OK Done button here at the top, you notice what that do is that takes that quantity that we just measured directly back to that cell of the spreadsheet. So we have the 4,418 square feet of floor area, which goes directly back to that cell of the spreadsheet. Of course, whatever calculations are performed from there, of course, depends on what you've set up for yourself in your Excel spreadsheet. Of course, this is a simplified version we're using here. But anytime I need to see how that takeoff was done, I can go back here, use the lookup icon, and that'll show me exactly where that original measurement came from. You can see this is the sheet where we took that original floor area measurement. So that's always there for us to see anytime we want it. If we ever have a question about where that original number came from, there it is. Now, if we want to go through and do some other items here, we'll just highlight those, and let's say we're going to go in and maybe we'll do some linear footages or something like that. We can go in and we can click over here to indicate we're going to do some partitions, let's say. And for those, we can select certain type of colors, maybe a green color or something like that. We're going to do a linear footage takeoff here. So to do that, really all you're doing is mouse clicking on either end of the wall, just like you would do if any of you guys out there have used digitizers. You're really just clicking on either end, and what you're going to do is run up the total linear footage of any particular partition type or wall type. So you're basically just mouse clicking along. You can zoom in if you like, using your scroll wheel on your mouse if you like to do takeoffs like that. So you can really get a real good visual view. A lot of estimators worry about working on these digital plans that they will miss something or get confused about what they're looking at. But once you get used to it, you'll see that it's very, very accurate and very quick. So in this case, we're just doing linear footage measurements in sections or segments, and we're just mouse clicking along here. Now again, once we finish with this particular measurement, we hit the OK Done button. You notice what it does is it throws that quantity directly back to that cell of our spreadsheet. And again, whatever calculation you've got going on in your spreadsheet is already set up there for you. But the idea here is that the Quick Measure on-screen program is allowing us to go and do our takeoffs very quickly off the PDF, and then it throws that quantity directly back to the cell of the spreadsheet. You can then print this image out on a piece of paper if you want and put some notes in, or also store it back to your hard drive along with the original spreadsheet. And we can flip around to various PDF sheets here and do some more takeoffs off all these. And everything is then stored back to the original spreadsheet, the Excel sheet that we were working on here. So everything is nicely organized, and you always know where each and every item that you've taken off on all these PDFs, how that relates back to your original spreadsheet set up here. Now, for a more detailed demonstration, please feel free to call us at 800-731-3038, and we can go through a detailed online demonstration for you. You can even send us a set of PDFs, and we'll take them off for you. You can even send us over one of your own Excel spreadsheets, and we can actually take you through a full demonstration here right online. So we appreciate your time, and good luck on those bids.